was a technical issue on my part, as my computer decided to go, and just crap out on me.
I think I would cause problems on purpose.
It used to do it all the time. This is the first time it's done that to me in quite a while. Just as I was thinking about replacing it anyway. Okay. So the last thing that I heard... what was that, Sarah?
Your computer was like, I heard that.
Good, you should take it as a threat. Oh yeah, and let me know if the sound isn't coming through or anything.
You're good.
Okay. So the last thing I heard was Alexander was just starting to tell me where he was going to set up.
Yeah, so since he was going to probably invoke the whole Cloak of Shadows ordeal, he was probably going to like try to find the alley in question they were talking about, but be enough to be out of sight, but at the same time be to where he could look up and down both sides of the passage if he had to.
Well, there was not an alley that Samuel saw him in. He saw him walking up to the front of this store and going in the doors.
Well, I mean, if push came to shove, if it's like any other target, if no one's paying attention, he could just walk right up behind the big red ball.
That's true. You are using Unseen Passage, so... now, does Unseen Passage cause a rouse check?
No, if I use Unseen Passage, yes it does, but I was planning on just using Cloak of Shadows.
Oh, okay. So you're basically just going to hoodie up, trot out
Hoodie
somewhere,
up.
and when nobody's looking, just fade.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, you're probably to one side of the door. There are some little trees out in front of that target, I think, but nothing too big. But you know, you time it where you get out there and shadow up without anybody, when nobody's looking at you. All right.
Still.
So two of you are in the car. You're standing out or Alexander is standing out in the open, but cloaked. Jolene is wandering around the target with the buggy. And you're doing that for about an hour when Samuel completes his hunt. What position are you going to take up, Samuel?
One moment. Sending you a quick DM. Okay. As for position, he would probably... Is anyone staying with his car?
Yeah.
There's two people in the car.
Two people in the car? Okay.
Yeah, you're two brawlers.
Got it. The two that the guy would recognize offhand.
Exactly.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
He would probably be... So he'd probably be resting against the... No, yeah, he'd be sitting sort of like on the hood of the car under the guise of he's just waiting on people to finish their shopping. He probably has a book out and he's just reading a book just to pass the time under one of like the streetlights, maybe.
He just can't bring himself to just be playing on the phone.
Nope.
It has to be
Absolutely
something more
not.
intellectual.
Doesn't look suspicious at all.
He's like casually reading like The Art of War or something.
No. Probably just some... It's probably like a periodical or a doctor's journal or something.
Medical
like that.
journal, yeah.
Yeah.
Or something by Bram Stoker.
Or something he's written. Because he does have craft in writing. So.
But is that medical papers or does he secretly write trashy romance novels to pass the time? Just saying.
Halfway in the game, Jolene finds the secret room with all of the romance novels.
What the
It's
fuck is this?
just his Scrubs fan fiction.
All right.
Pointing out
All this
every...
Twilight fan fiction. What the fuck?
where it's basically all the Twilight vampires getting like staked in various ways.
So anyway, around 9, the parking lot's starting to thin out.
Mhm.
A little blue car pulls up. We'll say a Ford Fiesta.
Oh god, of course.
Okay.
You know, pulls up, parks. You know, you notice it because the parking lot's not real full, so whoever it is parks fairly close to the door.
Is it like an
Yeah.
ostentatious blue?
Please tell me it's like bright neon.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, neon.
I
It's pretty
need
bright.
this.
Neon and rust.
I need this.
No, it's not rusty though. And you see your target, Samuel. You see the target climb out from inside the car. Blackjack and Maeve, you'll also recognize him.
Yeah, like he'll flip a page, just sort of reach down, tap the window, keep reading.
You know, he gets out, locks the door, kind of glances around, pockets the keys, and heads into the store.
Quick slash his tires.
You notice he's got local tags.
I'd have gotten tagged down if they were in my purview.
Yeah, you have to turn around in your seat, but yeah, you can look out the
Yeah.
back window and see where he's parked.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And he just heads in the store. You see him passing somebody coming out as he goes in. You see them both kind of do the smile and nod. Like they
Okay.
like two strangers making eye contact, but you want to acknowledge that the other person
So,
exists.
yeah, so that was the point of the vision that he saw.
Right. That
Okay.
is,
Samuel gets like a headache of deja vu.
It's a
Basically.
nosebleed.
you realize from about the spot that you think Alexander is about where you were seeing it from.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if maybe you were seeing it through Alexander's eyes, or if it's just a coincidence. It's that general area because you can't tell exactly where
Yeah.
your new Nosferatu friend is.
Gotcha.
Now, Alexander, you see this fella that basically matches the description. And when he showed up, you saw Samuel reach over and tap the window of his car like he was getting somebody's attention.
Okay.
With that tap, Maeve would message Jolene. Be on the lookout.
Mark acquired.
Target acquired.
The
She'll
hunt is
just kind of circle towards, like, the front of the store.
Okay.
Like, oh, I forgot something. Or just kind of, like, head back up towards the front of the store to kind of get eyeballs on him or something.
Okay. Give me awareness. Let me make sure I'm calling out the right stats. No, awareness is not a stat. Awareness
usually
is...
wits and awareness.
Yes.
Awareness is a skill.
Awareness is a skill. All right, so yes. Wits and awareness. Okay. He's not trying to be especially stealthy. He's just walking into a store to shop. You spot him walking over into the clothing section. He's looking through coats. Currently, he's just in a short sleeve shirt, which is not completely freakish in January in the South, but might be noteworthy. A vampire trying to keep it the masquerade tries to dress appropriately.
Yeah. Which would mean he would know about keeping the masquerade. Which would mean he ain't just a newbie that don't know no better.
He's looking through kind of he's looking mostly at like camouflage hunting jacket kind of things. You do see him stop briefly at like the big T-shirt rack, well, you've got all the comic book T-shirts or funny somethings. Target's always got one of those up somewhere. But other than that, he pretty much beelines for the jackets and starts poking through, trying one on. It's not the right size.
She'll kind of point. She's like, I think there's some over on clearance here if you're just looking for a quick jacket. You look like you might have forgot yours.
Yeah, I left it in a buddy's car.
Oh man, I hate when that shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Where was
I
the
mean,
clearance aisle at?
Kind of point. The thing was over there. I mean, I don't know what size you wear, but or if you have a preference on jackets, but
Yeah,
some over there.
it's worth checking out if I can get one cheap. Thanks, and he heads over the direction you pointed. Seems like a nice young man.
Very polite.
What are the rest of you doing?
Once Maeve knows that he had went into the building, she's gonna go into the car and go to the alleyway and light up a cigarette. Looks like she's hanging out just smoking a cigarette out there
Okay.
tonight.
Now, the Target is in... You've got the Target, and then you've got storefronts to either side going out. For a decent little ways. I mean, there's like a PetSmart.
Look at your mom.
Down a ways, there's a Barnes & Noble, I think.
I'll stop Maeve as she's getting out and I have an idea actually.
Okay.
What if we just staked out in his car?
You mean
What if we tried to get
sit-
into his car and sit in there and wait for him to get in there?
Can you break into a car?
I can't not break into a car. Hasn't been proven that I can't until I can't.
I mean, we can try, but we'll have to be fast. We don't know when he's coming out.
You're a little bit more nimble than I am. Maybe you can.
I mean, we can try.
All right.
All right, so you two are approaching his car. Samuel, what are you doing?
What are you two doing?
I mean, it's a backup
Things?
plan, right?
You do know this place has a lot of cameras, right?
He's a kindred. What is he gonna do?
What is your plan?
Stake out in the car, in his car.
Now, his windows aren't tinted, so he would see you walking up. When he's walking up with the car, he'd see somebody was in there.
I'd be stealthing.
I'd
Like,
lay
sleep-
on the floor.
sleep down. Yeah.
It's a fiesta. It's going to be hard for two people to do that.
Especially
one
two
of us.
bruisers.
Blackjack, nothing against you. You are very large.
And
Not
the
even-
fiesta is very small.
Not
Sorry.
even discounting the possible issue of getting into it without setting off any alarm.
Bench press this car.
You, despite honestly probably being able to bench press the car, there's no way you'd be able to hide in that thing.
I'm just spitballing ideas. I'm trying to think of something. I don't want to just sit here.
And I understand. However, what you could do is potentially get the stone from Alexander and see if you could plant the stone on his vehicle so the vehicle can be traced back to his haven and we can assault whatever he's using as a haven tonight.
You're muted.
Okay, you're muted. Whatever you said, I know it was good, but we didn't hear it.
He's like, ooh, I have an idea for that too. And he grabs a brick.
No, nothing overt. We don't need to alert him that we are onto him. He
Even
needs
if we
to
do,
realize-
even if he's alerted, he still has a tracker in there.
Yes, but he will be more careful then. He will set up defenses. We
Well,
need him
with
to
that,
be as defenseless as possible.
Babe
catch
is
him off
gonna
guard.
walk off into the general area where Alexander had went, and kind of start whispering, Alexander, She's not gonna yell. There's no point in doing that.
Okay. Alexander, you hear her walk up, kind of whispering, Alexander, Alexander.
Yes. You need something.
Give me your tracker.
He reaches into his pocket, hands her the other stone.
She'll
Okay.
take it, turn around, throw the cigarette onto the floor, and walk back to the car.
Okay, and how are you going to... Oh, wait, the stone's a magnet, never mind.
And how she's gonna do it, she's gonna kind of go underneath and kind of put it behind the wheel of sorts,
Okay.
and then just keep on walking.
That's a fascinating place to put it.
Well, these stones are magnets.
Nobody
will
really
attack.
checked the tires like that.
Besides, the magnet is small, and it will attach to the metal of the vehicle.
Fair enough. I would
Besides.
have done the exhaust pipe.
Wherever that goes, I unerringly know its location. And how far away we are.
That's impressive.
You are currently about 20 feet away from it.
Yeah, thanks.
And you can feel one moving around inside the store over here.
Yeah.
And there's one up in the ledges.
hmm
Alright, well, now that we have that backup plan sorted,
Yeah, and he'll pat Blackjack on the shoulders like, now I know you like the direct approach. Sometimes. Most of the time.
most of the time.
It is not my preferred opportunity. Plans like this is what I prefer to do. Quiet and stealthy.
I can be stealthy.
But let me tell you this. When we track it to where he rests his head, there will be a time for you to, as some people might say, go loud.
It's not what some people say at all.
He's trying to sound hip. Just let him.
He's old.
I know.
Somewhere in Target, Jolene just kind of winces and she doesn't know why.
I'm hamming it up. Come on, let me have it.
You could understand.
And he'll just, whatever. Needless to say, you will more than likely feel free to get a little bit wild.
That's more modern. But I understand what you're saying now.
Inside the store... Oh, I'm sorry. Inside the store, what is Jolene doing now? He's walked over to where you pointed, which I'm going to assume is, towards the back where the markdown stuff tends to be.
What? She'll try and strike up a conversation. She'll be like, I mean, you don't have another jacket? You're just in town visiting? Or...
Oh yeah, I'm from hey, let's see. What would he? Yeah. Oh yeah, I live down in Decatur.
Oh, yeah. I have some...
Or I'm from down in Decatur, I should say.
I have some friends down there. Never been down there, though. I mean,
And arc alarm bells.
got some nice places down there, though.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad spot to grow up. Yeah, there was a rougher part of town, but
Yeah, I mean, there's rougher parts here. This is the foo-foo end of town. I mean, come to this Target versus the other one because it's a little bit nicer after dark.
They call this one Target.
well, I had a friend I was staying with last night, so just happened to be in this part of town.
I mean, if you need to know anywhere else around here, pick up some stuff. I lived here my whole life. I could probably tell you where you could go.
Oh well, thanks, but I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
As she hair tosses.
And he's looking around the clearance aisle, but he's not seeing any jackets. Do you remember where you saw those jackets at?
I mean, there was one or two of them, but I've been wandering. I lose track of when I start wandering around in here. Someone could have grabbed him up.
Oh, yeah. I guess I just have to pay full price then. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's no problem, yeah. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Kind of like sends her hands, like just for like the friendly shake.
Oh, yeah, he shakes hands. Let's see.
Wanders off. She's like, damn it.
Yeah, he shakes hands, then he wanders back over to where the actual coats are. Seems to pick one out fairly quickly. Yeah, tries it on. Yeah, that works. Hits the front. Are you keeping him in sight, or just gonna?
She'll kind of keep like a where he's going kind of thing, but she's not gonna like be obviously following.
All right, give me a.
Basically, just looking like she's shopping.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fairly open floor plan.
This is gonna be a. All right.
It is.
Give
At that
me
target.
manipulation. And let's see, stealth or subterfuge. This is more stealth. Give me a manipulation stealth. It's an odd combination, but you're not trying to avoid being seen so much as just avoid being noticed or appearing to be
You mean
anything out of
stealth
the
manipulation?
ordinary. Yes.
Like I can't roll from that.
Well, there should be a way to combine them. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, how did I have no dice for the first pool? 1 second, because I have 2 points in stealth, and I have a point in manipulation.
They're in your hunger die.
Yeah, but the hunger die only rolled 2, so there should be a
Stealth
third one
didn't
somewhere.
roll.
Dice rolled
Yeah.
4.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't show me
Oh,
anything.
I'm
in
sorry, I'm
the-
looking at the wrong
when I,
one.
like-
Yeah, that's her awareness. Yeah,
Yeah,
her stealth die,
the-
it rolled no normal dice at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Something's
try
weird there.
rolling it again.
Yeah, just roll. Huh. That is very weird.
There we go.
Okay, I mean that worked.
All right, but
Success. It worked.
that will be versus his awareness. His awareness and wits.
Like while she's kind of walking around, she'll probably just pull out the phone, maybe pass on some information.
Oh yeah, let me check his hunger because I don't. Okay, yeah. All right, so his wits plus awareness.
A critical failure and a critical success.
Wow.
Well, no, he doesn't have. It would only be a critical failure if he had a 1 on the 100 dice. Oh, I see what you mean. The regular dice, he had a 10 and a 1.
It
Yeah.
didn't roll any hunger dice or any dice on my screen for him.
Yeah,
So
no
he had
hunger
no
dice
hunger?
at all.
He-
I wonder
he
what
did-
that means.
He did drain someone the
Oh,
previous
yeah.
night, so yeah.
Yeah, he must not have gotten hungry when he woke up this evening.
Mm.
So
Funny
yeah,
how that
3
works.
successes. Yeah, he. You see him get a look on his face.
Kind of pulls her phone out and starts kind of pecking at that, and then picks it up and pretends to be talking to someone on the other end of the line, and just kind of walks away.
But he checks out. Or you walk away, so you lose sight of him for a minute.
Yeah, she's gonna just like walk around like she's going into an aisle. She's not gonna like go completely down the aisle, but yeah, and then she'll call one of the one of the rest of the group, or text one of the rest of, well, text the group chat and be like, target's heading out.
Yeah, it's a target.
And then she'll message saying,
Who is this Zay you speak of?
What?
You said
said-
Zay.
No, I say she will
Say.
message
Oh,
saying.
okay.
I'm trying to think what she would message. Not really.
5 minutes pass. You don't see anybody that looks like him wander out.
Well, if she doesn't know that, she doesn't know that.
Well, I'm mostly talking to the guys outside. How long would Jolene wait before she left?
She wouldn't wait that long after she thought that guy was heading to the exit.
Okay.
She'd probably give what few things she got.
I'm about to say, did she check out or she just leave the buggy?
No, she probably came there, at least got like one or two things, so she didn't look too,
Okay.
suspicious. Got herself a new hoodie or something.
So she tells you the target's leaving. A couple minutes later, she walks out. 5 minutes pass, you still haven't seen him. And you're watching, there's two entrances, but you can see them both from where you're at, no problem.
He was checking out last I saw him.
Well,
Unless
Just-
that's not his vehicle.
She's just gonna go stand up towards the front like she's waiting for a ride.
Another 10 minutes or so pass. You hear somebody over the intercom make the announcement the store will be closing for, in 20 minutes or so. Several people walk out. One guy walks out. One guy walks out with a couple of bags. He kind of glances over at you and gives you a little nod.
I don't know, just waiting for one of my friends.
Yeah.
Got caught in rubbernecking.
He's I will say he looks like he's of some Asian descent. Wearing some Marvel t-shirt.
Standing by the door.
Walks past you, straight up this little blue Fiesta, gets in, cranks up and drives off.
Fuck.
The rest of you also see this man walk to the car, get in, and drive off.
see, Samuel's gonna activate his heightened senses as he notices that. Does he see like the guy might be pale in any way, or?
He was pretty light complected. Yeah, he was pretty pale. Not
Does he hear any heartbeat?
Not freakishly pale. Give me awareness, because he's cranked the car up.
Mhm.
So yeah, give me an awareness, wits, I believe it is.
Awareness wits.
Yes.
Okay, so awareness, attribute wits, modifier 3. Only 2 successes though. You know what? I'm gonna do 1 willpower, reroll
Alright.
3 of those.
Reroll 3 of them.
Just gonna do the basic D10 nonsense.
That's
Actually,
fine.
no, there's a willpower reroll. No, there's a willpower reroll, isn't there?
I think there is.
There's a button for that. I found it.
Yes, there is.
5 successes.
That's much better.
Yay, heightened senses. Wonderful aspects power.
So, over the rumble of the car, You don't hear a heartbeat. With the rumble of the car, you can't be 100% certain that you would anyway. What you do hear is him mumbling to himself. Shit, shit,
Oh.
shit. Oh, she followed me around. And with the high,
All right.
with the sight also heightened, because the Fiesta's windows aren't tinted. You can, as he's pulling away towards the road, looking through the back window, you can see he keeps looking up at his mirror, presumably looking back at her standing on the corner.
Yeah. Okay.
He's never seen Jolene before, though. Aside
Not before
from there.
this.
Okay, I'm just making sure / clarify because she never made it to the fight she was running.
Yeah. Okay, Samuel will he'll just keep reading. After that, give him about a minute or two to drive off before he'll just calmly get in the car, turn it on. It's like, well, that worked better than expected. And he'll pull off, go to the front. I'm sorry it took so long. I got a little bit lost in my book.
Oh. One thing you would have also noticed.
Mhm.
You were seeing him glancing up in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, evasion descent. But as he's looking in the mirror, you see those eyes change back to what you had seen on the man previously, on your target.
Okay.
Jolene just kind of looks and is like, "Don't forget the new guy."
Oh, I'm waiting.
It kind of gets into the Maeve and Blackjack in the back seat.
Yeah.
She'll open up the back door and just kind of toss her bag back there, like on the floor or something, but leave it open, and then go get into the front seat. So, if Alexander wants to get into, I don't know if he can move. With that. She doesn't know what his powers is. So
Yeah.
she's like, maybe he can get into the back seat invisible.
Upon seeing everyone gather together, he's going to be under the assumption of, oh, I suppose it's time to leave. And he will casually just walk as if he just came out of the store and hop in the back seat, of trying to avoid stepping on the bag.
Okay. Not a problem.
And I'd be
He'll-
like, he says he's from Decatur.
Samuel literally stops and just turns and looks at her.
Well, now, he had, in his pockets, he had a CF Penn's receipt, which is a burger joint from Decatur.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he could have been passed through.
Yeah, he could have been passing through.
Yeah, and it was
that.
from a few months ago, so.
He said he grew up there.
That is, provided if true, very useful information. Could potentially have an Anarch agent. But he did drive off in his car, and we did place a tracker on it.
When he says that, she reaches back and hands Alexander the other stone. She's like, didn't get to plan it all.
That's fine. At least one of them worked.
And Samuel is going to just sort of drive, and he's going to basically just kind of tour the domain, so to speak, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not like do a full lap, but just enough to keep a sort of that mental image of, or that mental sort of tick of where that stone is going. And he's just going to sort of do like a sort of standard like speed limit tour through the domain until it stops.
All right. It winds up stopping over kind of close to Whitesburg Drive.
Okay.
Kind of over here in this upper corner.
All right.
Still in our domain.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to, once it does stop, start heading in that direction.
Okay. Let's see. They were closing around 10. So by the time you do your little tour and then get over there, it's probably about 10:30.
Yeah. He's gonna say, I believe in that area, that's mostly just residential housing,
Yes.
if I remember
yes.
correctly. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think there's like a public park or something there too, or near that area.
Quite possibly. I'm not
I
zoomed in
believe so.
close enough to tell for sure. But you eventually pass down the proper street.
Yeah.
As you're passing a house, there's no lights on. There's a for sale sign in the front yard,
Hmm.
but you can tell your tracker is in the garage. The garage door is shut.
Got it. So he'll just keep, passing by casually. But as they pass by that house, he'll say, "Well, the tracker's in there."
I'm fuck shit up.
One moment. And he'll find sort of like a public parking area.
Hmm.
Sort of like where a park would be or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And you can always park on
Relatively
the side of the street here too.
yeah, but he doesn't want to overtly go, "My car right here." So he'll find a sort of public spot, maybe like a block or two away.
Okay, not a problem.
Basically, also to see like, is this going to move at any point?
All right. So how? Like I said, it seems to be. It was. Hey, if I can talk. So you felt it. You felt it go still, and the entire time you were driving over here, it hasn't moved.
Okay.
How long do you sit in the parking place waiting?
Oh, he's not.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna park. He'll get out, get everybody else out, and then during the walk there for this block or two, he's gonna keep that mental track on it to see if it moves as they walk.
No,
Is
it
this
does
the
not.
plan? Just fuck him up, or do we have anything more precise?
Subdue.
Like,
As
do
soon
we
as
want to bring him back alive, or
Well, this is a for sale, so it is trespassing. So if
I really
if we
think that might be the least of our worries tonight.
no, but if we subdue him, I can call my contact with the sheriff, and we can get some of our fellow kindred to take him into the prince for us.
And if you recall, the prince
can
wants
always-
him.
We could
Alive.
always call him before we go in there and have more than just us five.
We could.
I mean, he thinks he's safe. He's bedding down for the night.
It's possible. Well, he was a little bit startled that he noticed someone in there following him. I heard him over the sound of his engine. But one moment.
He could just be a paranoid bastard.
Also true. He will call Luke. Pull it up.
Hey, Doc.
Greetings, friend. Might have a potential lead for your investigators.
Oh, excellent.
I heard you are taking hotline tips.
Yeah. I take it you already know about the. Oh yeah, you called in the lady being killed. He's like
yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't really have any updates other than her wallet and keys were missing out of her purse, and we haven't been able to find her car.
well, that is why I'm calling.
What does she drive?
Oh, actually, first, what does she drive?
Oh, it's one of them little dinky somethings. Ford Fiesta.
Blue?
Yes. Have you
Well-
found this fella for us?
We have. He has been marked, tagged, and tracked to his place of rest.
You have an address for me?
Yes, I do. And he will hand off the address.
Okay, well, that's still in your domain.
It is. We are within a block. He has been tracked. We are here. If you want to send any fellows.
Now let's see.
Furthermore, he did admit to a member of my group that he is from Decatur.
Now that's interesting.
I thought it might be something that you and your friends might want to know, as we could have a potential runaway criminal with a warrant from the city.
Now, if I recall right, Luke is a contact you had with a Ventru.
Yeah, he's Luke. One moment, because it is in the notes here. Can I know?
That's right.
He is a clan Bruja. Is one of the sheriff's deputies.
That's right.
that
He's
owes
okay. Yeah.
Samuel a favor because he just about drained a city councilman's daughter, and Samuel covered it up.
Right. Basically gave her a transfusion without any of the paperwork. Yeah. Okay. I was getting him mixed up with like the Ventru you knew.
Yeah, no, he's a Bruja.
Okay. But that's right. He's not the sheriff, but he's one of the deputies. Okay.
Right.
He goes, well, let me send this out.
He'll also mention, is like, now we've been very quiet thus far, so aside from a mild scare, I do not believe that he knows he's been tracked.
Good. Several of the other deputies are patrolling kind of just outside your domain.
I
think
give them
this-
permission to enter and do what they need.
Well, okay. Sheriffs and deputies don't need permission to come in.
Yeah,
in
at
those
this point, it's probably a private joke.
But
Is that he just says for the fun of it.
I think the Scourge is also already patrolling your domain.
Interesting.
What's his name? Travis, I believe, is the Scourge's name. Yes.
That is something for me to mark down. Travis
Denton.
the Scourge. Travis Denton.
Yes, he was. He's killed him a lot of thin bloods.
Is he a Bruja Nosferatu?
Ravenous.
Clan Ravnos.
That's Ravnos. Oh, okay.
As far as you know, the only Ravnos in the city, which is not unusual, as there are very few Ravnos left.
Yeah.
The Week of Madness all but destroyed that clan.
And Sam was like, "Well, you, as you understand, some of my friends are a little bit eager to meet with him again."
The Scourge? Or no, the Killer.
No.
Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Well, if you want to subdue him, that's fine. It's your domain. You have every right to. Just know backup's on its way. Or if you want to wait till we get there and we can take over, that's fine too.
Well, my suggestion
This guy's ass.
is we wait till you arrive and we take him by surprise with force of numbers.
Works for me.
All right, we will wait for you then.
All right. So within 20 or 30 minutes, I assume you set up a spot,
Yeah.
like the corner of the block or something to actually meet up. Luke shows up with two other deputies. Prior to that, or kind of as they're pulling up, y'all are kind of standing there. Jolene, you hear a voice behind you. Well, hello there. I haven't seen you for a while.
Bug?
Oh, it's a voice you recognize.
Oh.
You've occasionally had daymares about this voice.
Oh, fuck. The tattooist.
No, this is a male's voice.
Scourge.
She.
The Scourge.
Okay.
The one who hunted and killed thin bloods in the city.
Or anybody else the prince wanted to stick him on.
I also want to say as a note, as soon as Blackjack got out of the car, he activated prowess. It's like the
Trying
second
to
he
be
got out.
swole.
Now, unlike the sheriff who makes no secret of the fact that he thinks you people should still be hunted down. As you're a sign of Gehenna, and he's fairly certain Huntsel had made it through the Week of Madness and the Second Inquisition as well as it did because they were hunting you people down. The Scourge doesn't seem to care. It's like he finds it mildly amusing that you're the first one that got to live.
Just kind of gives him that sweet smile and just a little bit of a head nod.
And he's standing there in a nice pair of jeans. He's got a long coat on, but isn't wearing a shirt under it.
Oh my.
He's got hair that comes down, a little past his shoulders. A very big smile that seems friendly at first, but for some reason becomes creepy just a little bit later.
Go ahead, nod. Lovely weather we're having this evening, ain't it?
It's brisk.
Maybe you should put a shirt on.
Well, I haven't really been letting the kinds... Well, perhaps you're right. And then a shirt just shimmers into existence.
That's not
Just has like the little grin kind of pasted on her face, just on there.
Would Samuel know the Scourge by name? Or just as the Scourge?
Oh, no. Everybody knows Travis didn't.
Okay.
I mean, except for probably my fat too.
Alexander might not.
Yeah.
Then again, at this point, Alexander is essentially being antisocial as shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's
about to meet a whole bunch of the kindred in the city.
One disadvantage of life, like for Thin Bloods, you can just hear like Jolene's heart going like double time, like I need to get out of here. Trap rabbit noise.
Mm-hmm. I'm in danger.
This sounds just like dinner.
So the deputies show up. Luke walks straight up to the doc, shakes his hand.
Luke?
Doc, it's a good work.
During this
though.
20 minutes,
Yeah,
it hasn't moved at all.
No.
Okay. He'll sort of nod over to where the for sale sign is, and like the Bloodstone tracker is attached to the vehicle within that garage, within the house on the for sale sign.
Yeah, so he's using a unoccupied house.
Is it the lady's house?
No. She doesn't live in Jones Valley proper.
Yes.
I mean, not too far away, but
Yeah, but Samuel smiles a little bit of a shark-like smile. It's like, well, I figured an unknown party trespassing in a house might be something to warrant the deputy's attention.
it's not the safest haven to use, but if he's moving around a lot.
Well, if
Do you want to go in with us, or
I would like to.
absolutely want to go in there with y'all.
He'll sort of gesture over to Blackjack and Maeve. It's like, I know my two friends here would love to be reacquainted.
Just has a permanent fist balled up.
Lucas kind of
I
gives
need
you
to pay him back for something.
Lucas kind of gives you that oh yeah, you're one of us, not yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll also pause and he'll pat Jolene on the shoulders. And thanks to my friend's fine work here, we also have a potential lead of where he came from. Could be an Anarch.
Yeah, you mentioned Decatur. Luke doesn't seem particularly
Interested?
no, I'm blanking on the word. Aggravated by Jolene's presence.
Yeah.
The other two deputies are mean mugging her a little bit. Not super obvious, but yeah.
She's probably picked up on it.
Yeah, you're used to it out of the sheriff's people.
If Blackjack were to see that, he would just like interpose himself, like not aggressively, but just like
Just sort of stepping.
yeah.
And y'all just want me to go wait in the car. I mean,
Travis kind of grabs you by the shoulders. No, you were involved in getting us this far. You should come the whole way through. Here,
Instantly
and
freezing.
he reaches under his coat and pulls out a steak. Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone.
God!
Charmin. Awkwardly holding steak, like,
I have to stay in character, but the player wanted to go, well, thanks, old man. That is really very nice.
Have you ever staked a kindred?
I've only been kindred for about 4 years. So,
Oh yes, I
not an
know.
experience that I've had yet. I'm very well aware.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
Uh,
all kinds of things about me.
Now, given your
Don't talk
nature, I don't know
about
if you'll be able to generate the strength to do it, but you really need to give it your all. And it helps if you go up under the ribs as opposed to trying to go through them.
Are we
Is the
gonna
way
keep
to a
talking about
man's
it? Or
heart.
don't be about it.
Yes, the way to a man's heart is under his ribs. And all this is kind of while y'all as a group are moving down the
I
sidewalk.
can't imagine there's this weird bonding moment happening with them right now.
And we're
That's the creepiest bonding.
Eternal Julian's just like screaming into the void.
Yeah. Does it scream back?
It's just echoing back and forth.
Okay.
She's just yelling at the void, and the void's like, same.
It's too bad there's no Malkavian who could read the mind.
Jeez.
Alright, so as you approach the house,
Mm-hmm.
one of the sheriff's deputies does a quick little scout around. He goes there's a little back patio, sliding glass door. There's a side door that enters the garage. They put one of the deputies there in case he runs out the garage or something.
Mm-hmm.
The Scourge says, I'll go in the front door, and produces this little pouch that he starts pulling lockpicks out of. It won't take me but a moment.
I'm following up with you if it's all right with you, Scourge.
Absolutely. Brujahs are always great to have in a fight. Blackjack, right?
Yeah. Your name is?
Travis Denton.
Thank you. I don't. No offense. I don't like to do the schmoozing in the group. I like to use,
One should always lead with their strengths.
Absolutely. I agree. And he starts walking towards the front door.
Luke is like, gestures to the other deputy. Me and him will take the back. We'll just break the lock on the slide door when we get to, just give us a signal.
See, before we go in, Samuel will rouse his blood to blood surge. Okay, cool. So, going to rouse. Too many screens. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Alright, so which door is Samuel going in?
Samuel will also go in the front door.
Okay. Where
Also
is
for
May?
that-
Carry on.
We'll say for that blood surge, because of his blood potency, he gets an extra dice to his blood surge. So he gets 3 points he can apply.
Okay.
2 are going to go to his charisma, and 1 to his composure. For right now.
Okay. And let's see, success on the rouse check, so you don't get any hungrier. All right, where is Maeve going? Which door?
She's gonna go through the back door. Since everybody's trying to go through the front, she's gonna make sure she's in the battle by going through the back.
I'm a direct sort of man. I can't help it.
All right, so we got a deputy at the side.
I'll say Samuel is going with his tank and the Scourge, because he physically is not a super combative fighter.
But there's so many people going through the front door.
Well, yes. But he also blood surged, which means his charisma stat is maxed at 5 right now. Which means that if it comes necessary, he has a pretty decent pool to use Dominate with.
All right, so Luke, one of the
Right
deputies, and Maeve are going in the back. Travis, Blackjack, and Samuel are going in the front. The other deputy is guarding that side entrance to the garage in case he should try to flee that way. Where is Jolene going?
Back to the car. No,
Back to the car.
she'll, considering like 2 extremely beefy people are going through the front. One of them, she is terrified, so she's like, "Yeah, this will be fine." She's gonna be far back front.
All right.
not gonna stand at the side.
So
with
if this was a D&D marching order, Jolene's in the back.
Jolene is in the back.
Yeah.
She's in ranged. She's a ranged melee.
In a surprisingly short amount of time, Travis has got the
Alexander.
deadbolt picked, and the
we-
lock on the actual doorknob.
Do you have where Alexander's gonna be?
Oh, I almost forgot about him.
New player syndrome.
No.
Well, he doesn't
He's
have he doesn't have his
just
own.
stealthy.
Yeah, he doesn't have his own.
No,
Oh,
no, it's
windows,
perfectly okay. It's
All right,
okay.
so
I'll
where
be-
is
I'll
Alexander
be
going?
fine.
And does Alexander have any potence? Or no, he actually took Protean, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the
Yeah.
eyes of the beast.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see just about anything I freaking want to. That's actually a very good question.
Okay, so all right, so you don't appear to have any potence, so your strength is not enhanced beyond.
Oh yeah, no, my strength is crap.
Okay.
My dexterity, however, is where I shine.
Yes. You are agile.
Yes, because knowing how to get the hell away from stuff, especially you.
It's how you've gotten along as long as you have.
Yeah.
It's how you survive the lupines moving in harvest, or not harvest.
Huh, that was it, Harvest.
No. All right. If
Or
it was, because harvest is over in Madison. Crap. What was I thinking of? Up north of Huntsville. No, well, I'm blanking on it now. I got a buddy that lives there, and I'm blanking on it. Anyway, Hazel Green? Maybe it's Hazel Green I'm thinking of. I'll check before next session. Anywho. So Travis pops the lock, opens the door soundlessly, walks in. You're in a living room. You can see the sliding door at the back. It's like you got a living room, kind of kitchen, dining room area, the slide glass door. When he comes through, the Brujah out back see it, and they just kind of grab the sliding door and just you hear kind of a pink as they break the lock and slide the door open.
I'm gonna very confidently walk in. And just look around, see if I can find him.
Okay.
I'm not trying to put a damper on it, but it is 9:30.
Okay, we'll wrap this up fairly quickly, I think, considering the sheer number of you that there are.
Yeah.
Yep.
I might even. Do I want to be overt about this? Yeah.
Are
I
you-
feels pretty confident.
All right.
We've got a guy named the Scourge
Yeah.
with us. So
Samuel will walk in too.
Blackjack walks in and says, "I mean, the harder you make this for me, the more you're gonna hurt."
Do you say that really loudly or just normal speaking
I
voice?
say that very loudly.
You hear, or everybody give me awareness rolls. Wits awareness.
Okay.
I'm not going to worry
So
about rolling
am
for
I.
all the NPCs. That'll take too long.
Still gonna have
Ooh.
+3 because heightened senses is still active.
3 successes.
Oh, that's very good, Blackjack.
Hell yeah.
So
4
that is-
successes, and I got
5. Jesus.
110.
I got
so
2.
just hit the awareness one.
Oh,
Yes,
So
wits
you hit
and
awareness?
awareness.
And then it'll be wits. So click that. Now click that down to wits.
I'll
And
say
modifiers.
You don't
I'll
have
say
any,
that.
so.
You have no modifiers,
What?
baby, so you're good.
Does.
that ain't bad.
Yeah,
I'll say
take it.
with Blackjack yelling next to him, he will go, and he'll turn off his heightened senses.
Due to the yelling, you don't hear anything other than Blackjack
Yeah.
screaming in your ear.
He just
The rest of you hear the garage door start going up.
Jolene, who isn't inside, is like looking over at the garage, like shit.
Oh, were you
I'll
still
show
standing
the-
on the porch?
Yeah, Jolene hasn't gone inside yet. She's like, I ain't
I'll show
getting
to check
in
a
the
car.
middle of
Fight me.
Now it's not an automatic garage door. It's being opened by
He's
hand.
taking a minute to get it
that.
up.
Jolene will run over. If it's not automatic and he's not outside yet, she's gonna like run over and try and pull the garage door back.
You hear the hell on the other side. Give me.
Garage door. Garage door.
Let's see.
Hey.
Let me bring up.
Maeve's gonna try to run around to get to the garage or a door or whatever she could find.
Give me a strength. Give me a strength athletics, Jolene.
This is gonna go horrible.
Watch her critically succeed.
Right.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be great. All I need her to.
Oh,
Ooh.
bestial, a bestial success.
Which
I'm
makes
really
sense
hungry
narratively.
and I'm really angry.
It makes sense
AKA
narratively
she
too.
hangry.
I mean, I did say a crit, just a bestial crit.
Now
Weird if it's only
it
one.
is not a crit unless there are 2 10s.
Yeah.
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 She only rolled
But
1
she's-
10, so that
Still
just
up.
counts as 2 successes.
hmm
It
Hi.
didn't roll. It did the same thing where it did like 0.
How
I
many
don't
do
have
you have
anything
here?
in athletics, but I have 2 in strength.
Yeah, it rolled a 2.
Yeah, and you have 2 hunger dice, so they both rolled as hunger dice.
Yep.
No, it didn't roll any in my athletics. Oh, it rolled it both as hunger dice. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Never mind.
It's separated by regular dice and hunger dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he also rolled a 2, despite
It's like
having
playing Chuck Norris.
a massive dice pool compared to Jolene.
Like that panicked
She
prey.
got a hopped on it and put her weight on it as it was coming up, dragging it. So you hear,
it's
what
like
the
the
hell?
most
And the door
bizarre
slams back down. You hear that side door bust open as clearly the other sheriff's deputy has busted through the door. About this time, Maeve, Blackjack, you're running through the, you run over that, what is clearly the door that leads to the garage.
First sight of him, crack him in the mouth.
Samuel's following behind
Just
at a more
leisurely
sedate
walking.
pace.
Uh,
He's just leisurely walking behind.
It's more of a lariat than it is a punch. Yeah.
Well, when you run, it's like a single car garage. It's pretty narrow. You run in, there's already a car sitting there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the door up. As you run in, the other Bruja sheriff is coming in.
And
He
he's
stops
trying
struggling
to
with the
find
door
one.
at this point and just kind of spins around.
He's me, and then
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! And you see him kind of do this, and claws pop out of his fingers.
I'm still making my way that way. I'm
Downtown.
I ain't intimidated by no goddamn claws, and I'm tanky as shit. So
All right, who's got the higher? Is it dex or wits that we do initiative by?
I have 2 in either.
All right, and what does Maeve have? Because she was right
And
behind
what?
you. In your wits or your
And-
dex?
I have 4 in dex and 3 in wit.
Oh yeah, you're
Okay.
way before me.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so you get a chance, Maeve. You get a chance to go before either the Bruja in the room do.
Remember me?
And,
Right?
And Samuel, you're basically right at the door with a scourge right behind you.
Yeah. I mean, he has a dex of 3, so he can move as he needs to.
So Maeve,
Yeah,
you
she's
get to
gonna
go
be
first.
like, remember me, and she's gonna kick him.
Oh, that's right. She
Right
doesn't
in the
have
jaw.
claws.
Yeah, I don't know how. I guess it depends on what I took to get claws.
Protean is the power that
Yeah.
the claws are in.
That's actually what I'm saving my points for
Okay.
next time. So she's like, you remember me? And she's gonna kick him, right square in the chest.
Just
So what do I
Spartan,
need to make
Spartan
for that?
kicking.
Just
Basically.
drop kick.
Goes through the garage door.
That's what I was thinking too.
If she had potence, possibly.
Probably, yeah.
If one of the
I did-
Bruja tried this, that might actually
Me
happen.
right now when I get to this guy.
Yeah.
All right, so give me your
Jolene on the other side of the garage door.
dexterity brawl. versus his dexterity brawl.
And can I rouse for that real quick?
Yeah, you can absolutely burn blood to jack up a stat if you wanted to.
Yeah, gonna rouse.
That's yeah, because you're a neonate.
Me.
When you rouse, you can add 1 point to any stat.
So I can add an extra to brawl, or is it just traits alone?
Traits.
Yeah, that's the trait. So,
Yeah,
Sure.
dexterity.
so you could add it to dexterity if you wanted to hit better.
Yeah.
Me looking at the blood levels.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's probably this way to do it because you do damage based on how much better you do than he does.
Ooh.
All
Oh,
right.
that is a crit.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's just
keep in
1
mind
10.
it's a contested roll.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
2 10s. Oh,
That
shit.
is a critical.
that is a critical. Yeah, he's
All right, so he got 2 successes.
that's
my 4
Versus her
Versus-
versus her 4 with a
5.
critical success.
So that's 2 and oh, crap. What does the critical do for damage?
Jeez. That's nuts.
I've
She
got-
ain't
I've
playing
got
this time.
I got
No.
a pain train right behind you.
I just have that song of "Here comes the pain train, here comes the pain train." The whistle blows. Sorry.
Oh no. I remember what the
Okay.
the crit does. That's right. If you roll 2 10s, which you did, that counts as 4 successes.
Whew, baby.
So instead of being 4, so that's actually 6 successes you got. So 6 successes minus his 2. So that is 4 damage you do to him. Now you're just punching him, so it is
Kicking him in the chest.
superficial damage. So
Yeah.
he only actually takes 2 from that.
But still,
Which for an unarmed punch is still pretty good.
an arm punch against a vampire. That's damn good.
Where's the damage? Oh, there it is. You hear the breath oof out of him. Now that doesn't distress a vampire like it distresses a mortal, but it's just a sign of how hard you've kicked him. Let's see. His dex is a 4. His wits is a 3. But his action was basically attacking you. All right, Blackjack.
I'm still coming in.
Pain train.
So she kicks him. He slams up against the garage door.
So instead of like doing a full-on Larry, he's probably just gonna like just impose his entire body onto this person.
Just basically just leap on him and start.
Yes.
All right,
Just a really hard tackle and then just punches.
brawl athletics versus
Brawl athletics.
his brawl athletics. Or not? No, excuse me. Strength or dexterity, either one you want to use.
Sure. And then I have prowess up, so that gives me my potence dice.
Okay.
Ow.
And then add 2 to that.
Gonna be a lot of dice.
Oh my god! I'm going to re-roll that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I'm gonna re-roll 3.
Ooh, he got a critical success.
Yeah.
He got a.
So that-
that's
He didn't get a.
No, did he get a bestial critical?
Yes, yes, he did.
Okay.
So that's 4.
woo! Oh, I got a crit on that.
Crit versus crit.
All
Yeah,
right,
2 crits
so
on that one right there.
So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the previous roll. So it's 7 to 4. So despite getting a bestial crit, it doesn't really do him any good.
This is for my cows. And he didn't touch your cows. This is for my cows.
It's like the whole coterie is so pissed at this guy. They were saving everything.
Now, do you have there is something in potence that lets your punches do aggravated damage. Do you have that?
I do. I have lethal body.
All right. So he takes.
Ow.
So he takes
It's regular-
3
it's regular damage
aggravated.
for him.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff's gonna be like, stop it. He's already dead. Stop.
So
No,
it's,
he's still up.
So the way I understand it is it's aggravated to mortals, but it would be because of that's how it works to mortals. It would be regular damage to Kindred. Theoretically, I just wiped his whole the rest of his health bar, and he's taken aggravated now. If that's how I'm understanding it correctly. I might not be.
You bypass his superficial damage track.
Oh, okay. Well,
Instead of stacking damage to a superficial damage track, you bypass it completely and hit his health bar.
oh shit. Well then.
Yeah, you're doing aggravated to him.
And then just like.
Why does it seem like I'm getting shorter and shorter in this chat?
Your camera's probably moving.
I know,
Or
I'm trying
she's getting shorter and shorter.
I mean, I am 5 foot.
Or it's your chair.
Or it's the chair.
I think it's
or the
probably the
cat.
camera.
Is the cat sitting on her?
No, the
No.
cat is slowly sleeping right, like, in front of my screen.
Yeah, I think
No,
I'm
I'm-
watching.
I'm-
I think I'm
Oh,
watching the camera slowly.
no,
I
literally
see
watching
the
your camera
camera
go up.
slowly tilting up.
Okay.
Well, remember we're using what, the double-sided putty?
Yeah.
Remember the weight can factor.
Give you. Okay, it's fine.
Alright.
I'll,
Shit.
I'll fix it later.
So yeah, I'm ruining this guy's day.
Baby,
Yeah.
she wanted you.
I know
And
she
he
does.
is just losing it. I mean, he is snarling and just for all the good it's doing.
I-
Because you got
I
in
also
on him, he
have
can't
the-
get his claws on you good.
Sir,
I also
sir,
ha-
you're
I was
breaking
just-
the masquerade, sir.
I also have the fortitude thing where like I can subtract fortitude rating from all superficial damage.
Well,
Just
his
in case he
claws
tries to hit
would.
me.
Oh, yeah, actually, they come to think of it, gangrel claws or protean claws rather do
They
Did
do.
he degrade it?
they do
they do
superficial
pulls. Yeah.
in this version,
But
but
they do more.
Kindred don't half it like they half most superficial.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which that's still very useful power.
But as he's flailing around, one of the claws, he kind of comes back and hits the garage door. And Jolene, out where you're holding the garage door, you see 4 claws pierce through and run a couple inches up before they pull back out.
Not even trying to hide the terrified,
trying
So
to
there's-
undignified scream.
I'm trying to pin
Mhm.
this guy down as much as I
'Cause
can.
You,
but
you hear all
I'm
this
a chunky
commotion
boy.
going on. You hear something. Obviously a body hits the garage door. You hear all this
Oh, there's a
thumping
dent
and
at
there's
this point.
cursing, and then that claw pops through the door.
Just for shits and giggles, she's gonna try and stab through the door, the garage door,
With
with
the
the
stake.
stake she got given. Why not?
Give me a brawl, dexterity or
That'd
strength.
be
Melee.
that'd
It
be
would
melee actually.
Melee.
Oh yeah, you're right. It
Yeah.
would be. I'm sorry, melee.
Doesn't
Well, I'm
matter.
not
She doesn't
using
have points in either one.
Okay.
You're
Okay,
probably going
fine.
to need. He's not really going to be
More
rolling to dodge this one, but you can't see him.
I don't think a one's going to do it.
No. Though everybody on the other side sees the stake come through the door,
Mm.
but it's down like it's coming in kind of at his side and doesn't actually hit him.
I'm impressed that you were able to get that through there, but you missed.
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug. Though I'm not sure being dead that she would have adrenaline per se, but
Yeah, my entire weight is on this person.
All right, and then the other Bruja deputy runs up. And he basically just runs up, punch to the face. Let's see, that does 2 subdual to him. Alright, so he's currently got 2 superficial damage on him and like 4 aggravated. So to wrap this up right quick, between the damage and wrestling to the ground,
Let's say Samuel would also try to dominate him to make him just stop.
okay, give me a roll for that.
Considering that's what he did raise his blood for.
Okay.
As
Uh,
the young kind said, sit your bitch ass down.
Now he'll be able to resist this because he is on guard that he's against going up against other vampires.
He's kindred. He automatically gets to resist.
Okay, and he resists with his willpower, or
It is intelligence plus resolve.
okay. Second attribute is resolve.
So modifier 1 for my power.
All right, so he has a total of 2 successes.
Yeah, you beat that.
How's 5 do you?
5 does him very well. What is your command?
Lay down and stop moving.
And he just suddenly relaxes under everybody.
I punch him again for good measure.
Jolene still is trying to stabs the thing through the door one more time.
The Scourge walks up. Oh, that is very good work, Doctor. Everyone else, too. And he just leans down and almost casually pokes a stake through the guy's chest. That will stop him from causing any issues until we get him to the prince.
Of course.
Ooh, we probably get somebody out here to replace that garage door, too.
Yes.
Get the old
It did look like he went into a little bit of a bestial frenzy there.
And as you're standing there kind of semi-panicked, but everything seems to be getting quiet, you're kind of looking at the holes you've made, and suddenly you see an eye just looking through one of the stake holes at you. From inside, Travis stepped up to it and peeked out.
She does not reaction try and stab through, thankfully.
That would have kind of been funny.
That would not go well. What happened? I accidentally staked the Scourge.
I know, he might be amused.
So Luke walks in, immediately dispatches one of the deputies to go get the car, or go get the SUV. They pull up, a quick check around. As noisy as this was, inside the garage, apparently it wasn't enough to really get any neighbors' attention.
Yeah, Samuel stepped. Oh, by the way, Alexander.
Yes.
Your tracker, if you please.
He happily sits in your hand.
He'll take it, and he will walk over to the still frozen guy, and he will tuck it in to a pocket, and then sort of fold it around to where it's hard to get to or remove.
Okay.
Basically, he'll punch a hole in the jacket and put it inside the jacket.
Okay, gotcha. Because he is wearing the coat that he bought.
Yeah. And Samuel will just turn to the other and say, just in case.
So the sheriff and his deputies quickly load.
He'll also remove the tracker from the car and put it in his pocket.
Quickly load him up into the SUV. They take off. Luke calls it in. Calls the sheriff, lets him know, hey, we've got him. We're bringing him to the holding cell. You have no idea where that might be, but yes, sir. Yes, the Jones Valley Coterie was very helpful. Oh, yes, I'll tell him, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. He gets off his phone. The sheriff wanted me to compliment you on a job well done. The prince will undoubtedly be holding court tomorrow night. You'll all need to be there.
Understood.
There'll be some pats on the back, and we'll probably put this ruffian on some kind of trial or some sort of interrogation.
I am mildly concerned that the Anarchs might potentially be making a push to the city.
If he's actually from Decatur, that's a possibility. I'm sure the prince will begin questioning him tonight.
Of course.
But he'll undoubtedly reveal what he discovers or what he thinks we need to know of what he discovered tomorrow night.
As is his right.
I'm not sure which Elysium we'll be having this at, but I'm sure. Well, given where you live, I have no doubt they'll get a message to you without any trouble,
Of course.
and you can spread it to your coterie.
Please not the rich side. Please not the rich side. Please not the rich side.
So everyone quickly disperses. As y'all walk back down to the vehicles, Luke gets on the phone again, makes a couple of calls. Basically, he's got a crew coming out that they will fix the lock on the back, the door, the one deputy kicked in, and the garage door, by morning, any visual sign...
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. The locks on the side, they won't do anything about. Because people will just think somebody broke in. No big deal. The garage door, they're going to replace the panels, at least, that, had holes poked into them, and especially the claw mark.
I imagine there's like this enormous dent with the claw going up.
Yeah, the claw mark is freakishly weird. The holes poked in it, somebody with a tool could have done
maybe.
that,
Yeah.
But they'll probably go ahead and just replace the whole door or whatever. As well as remove that car and go drop it off somewhere else for the police to find. So they'll just think that woman's killer, stole her car and left it somewhere.
Let's say as they get in the car, Samuel will sort of pause, look at everyone. We'll say, first off, Alexander,
Yes.
consider yourself invited. Well done.
Thank you.
Secondly, to everyone, you have proven the faith I put in you when I formed this coterie. I am proud of all of you, and you have done well.
Aw, thanks, Doc.
Now, would you all like to... I will drive you back to my home and for you to retrieve your things, or would you prefer to, as a show of good faith for a job well done, would you like to rest at my haven for the night?
Some weird ass kind of vampire slumber party we're having. Ain't no one gone over that part of.
It's not usually part of the thing in vampire culture.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
It's not usually a thing. However, as a show of good faith, even though I dislike the area you're residing in, I'll take you up on that offer, Doc.
That one couch is really comfy, so I made sure.
All the neighbors will get up. Why is that beat up old truck in front of the doctor's house? He must be having some work done.
He has that put into his garage, so it's not visible.
No.
It's like this 6'4" asshole that comes out of the door. Oh yeah, he's definitely getting work done.
Oh yeah, that's it. That country boy out there is getting the yard work done. I can tell right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we will wrap up here. So we'll start up next week with a brand new night. Hope all y'all had fun. I certainly did. Hope everybody watching enjoyed it. Feel free to show up next week. We got started a little late. Then we had that technical hiccup. We ran a little long. So anybody that stuck with us through all that, thank you.
Please take your gold stars.
As we technically had a 3.5-hour show.
Kind
I
of.
technically went over limit somehow.
But,
Overachievers.
Yeah.
But anyway, join us tomorrow at 6. We'll be playing Monster of the Week. A game me and Decker are both in. Being run by V.
Blackjack.
Do what now?
I said I play the complete opposite of blackjack.
Yes, you do. And then I think Thursday is Descend into Avernus,
Yes, it is.
which
We finally
I forget
might
which
be
all
going
of
to hell.
y'all. I know Sarah and Decca are in that one. Is anybody else in that one?
I'm not in
Sarah's
that
not.
one.
It's just me.
That's right.
Justin.
You're on the Escorts, which are. And the Escorts, of course, is our Monday show, kind of the flagship show, I suppose.
In theory, we should actually be going to hell this Thursday.
You still haven't got
Did
to hell
somebody
yet?
give you-
That's what does.
Well, we didn't
Did
play
somebody
last
give you
session.
directions?
Oh, okay, that's right.
Did someone say you can go to hell and then kindly give you directions?
Well, we're going to Elchuel, so
So yes.
So anyway, tomorrow
Yeah.
Descend into Avernus. Monday will be the Escorts, also D&D, and then we will be back next Tuesday night, hopefully with no hiccups and on time.
I mean,
Looking all
again,
fancy.
Again, to be fair, if you are needing directions to hell, I'm the bus driver. I'll happily get you there with no fee.
Just hop into this basket. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to mention?
Don't think so.
No, I think we got. I think we got covered. I mean, Direbird's got a Patreon if you want to support what we do. I don't know if I need to mention the D&D Beyond people or not.
It's completely up to you.
I'm not really up on
You
all
can.
that. I know
You don't
D&D
really
Beyond.
They use it on.
here.
They use it.
Yeah.
They use it on Monday and they use it on Thursday.
Well, they use it for the
Yeah.
D&D games, is what it's for. But,
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
you know,
Yeah.
I know they are
We
supporters
do-
of Dire Bear, so I kind of want to give them a shout out. But I don't know. I've never used it, so. I know I like being able to look at the character sheets of the characters while it's streaming. That's fun.
Also,
Yeah.
a fun thing they just released is a dice roller too. As long as
Oh,
you're a
it's actually out now?
subscriber, yeah. As long as you're a
Oh,
subscriber, which is very much worth the price, you can actually it converts part of your character sheet where it will roll digital dice on your screen and then calculate it for you and show you the result.
Oh, very nice.
It's really nice. Yeah, I've been playing around with it. I love it a lot.
I need to play around with that since I'm a subscriber.
Oh well, we've drugged this off long enough, so we're for sure going to throw up the credits and just wrap this bad boy up.
Alrighty.
Good night, y'all.